And we're back with the penultimate episode of the 30 Days of Things That Suck, number 29. Today's episode is student loans and how much they suck. Now, I know a lot of you may be thinking, well, compared to homelessness, student loans are a minor problem. It's maybe true. I mean, if you don't have a house, that kind of sucks. It really sucks. But, I mean, dude, especially in this country, now this might be just American problem. I don't know how you guys do college or university over there in the UK. Here in the States, anybody over 18, if they want to keep their education going, they go to college. What's called college, university, whatever people call it. And the majority of people going into college aren't ready for college. 70%, I read it's like 70 or 80% of inbound college students have to take remedial math or English. That's kind of wild. Captain's in the house. What's up, brother? How you doing? Bigfoot Fish Tanks is also in the house. What up, what up? Mick is in the house. Thanks for becoming a member, Mick. Appreciate it, brother. We also got there. Serge was here earlier. Bigfoot Fish Tanks is in the house too as well. What's up, fellas? Yeah, so back to student loans. See, the thing with Webb says if I die, I don't have to pay them back. That's true. And actually, if you become totally disabled, permanently totally disabled, they can discharge you your student loans. I can get into how to do that in a second if you want. I know a couple tricks on that. But yeah, so like you maybe like, well, I mean, I'd rather have student loans than be homeless. But I don't know. I mean, in America, once you're got student loans, and if you don't have a way of paying back, it's gonna suck. We'll get into that in a second. But yeah, so this is probably an exclusively American problem. Like I said, I don't know how they do university over there. But like with so many people coming in unprepared, it's not a shock that a lot of people are gonna get hoodwinked by the student loan process. So like, for example, I'll name I'm not gonna name names, but I'll tell you a story of a friend's kid. This kid was decent at a sport, and he played it, and he wanted to play the sport in college. He did, but he was like, D2 level. He was never going to be a Dwayne Wade. He was, shorter. So they sent him to this college in Florida, and I guarantee you they took out loans. Within a year, he was done. What's up with them loans after that? You're going to pay him back the rest of your life. And here in the States, dude, you can't discharge the student loans by normal means. Like, say you go to a school. Connie, what's up? How's life? Say you're going to a 4-year school or even a trade school or whatever kind of school for whatever. You can get out loans for that. They will give you a signature loan for $10,000, $20,000, $100,000. Just like that. So you're in there, say you don't like the education. Say it's subpar education. You drop out of the school. Say something comes up in life. You get pregnant. You get somebody pregnant. You're still on the hook for all of those student loans. All of them, no matter what. And the government here in the States backs up student loans to the point where these companies just do whatever they want. All right, now we'll get into some talking points about this here. Captain says student loans are too expensive, but college shouldn't be free. I agree there. I don't know. There should be an encumbrance to college. Basically, we shouldn't be paying for, Johnny Fabeats to go to school and drink for 4 years. That's not obviously the way of the world. However, it doesn't need to be, the thing with school, man, is that if you look back to the way they do higher education, back in the day, it was just a liberal arts education. You send people there, you're supposed to get a broad education and prepare you for life in the world. You know what I mean? But it wasn't really a thing, you know what I mean? And then in the 50s, when people started coming back from the war in the 40s and 50s, they started up the GI Bill here in the States. And what that did was allow college to the masses. Like people who never got to go to school, got to go to school beyond, whatever, regular high school and all that. And then after the 50s, 60s, it started becoming where, everybody needs to go to school. And then in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, early 2000s, they pushed everybody. There's people who had no business going to a college. None whatsoever, and they got pushed through. At the expense of what? Student loans. Why should I pay for somebody else to go to college? I mean, it's a push-pull argument. I think that there needs to be some expectation of, letting people think that they have a purpose. Like, I mean, that's the thing with these colleges. People go and they don't have a purpose. They don't. It's wasting their time. It's wasting the government's time. It's wasting the money time. Oh, yeah. Angie, what's up, sweetheart? How you doing? Robert is in the house. Robert's representing. Jeannie's in the house. What's up, Jeannie? How you doing? Who else is out? I think I said Web. What's up, the Web? How you doing, Web? Connie says, my youngest went to college and got way many scholarships and paid hers off within 4 years of graduation. Nice. See, that's what I did with my college. I was in a service, so I had a bunch of GI Bill. But back in the 90s, it was 60% tuition assistance. They pay everything. So you still get loans out for some of it. And when I was at Kent, that was before I went to Iraq, because I graduated from college in 2005, but I didn't go to Iraq till 2011. So when I got back, I had all these extra post 9/11 benefits, but I used them on other things. I didn't use them on college, but they did have student loan repayment. So the guard paid most of my shit back. Mick says, I made a fortune off college and student loans. That's so true. There's the Robert. Yeah, when Robert chats, do the thing. I'm at work. I can't do the gummies, Dorito. I owe you. So that's 2 I owe for the Friday show, because Mick subscribed as well, or he got a membership. Yeah, the way it was back then, Junkyard, you could afford that. You could, and this is a result of our enabling as a society, in my opinion. Like, not everybody was meant to go to college. I mean, we should make it to where people, like how Junkyard's saying back in the day, we paid for it ourselves. We could work a summer and pay for it. But the thing is, it's so expensive and useless now. Go to university, see what they're teaching you. Go ahead. I guarantee you it's all bullshit. In 2000, I went in year 2000, year 2005. Half them overgrad, upper division courses, like the 300 level, 400 level, they're all pushed through. I mean, anybody can pass that shit, really. There's a couple decently hard courses, but now it's gotten to the point where, I mean, we're not even educating these college kids, bro. We're not. We are not. Captain also says, and I think too many people are going to college. Yes, that's very true. That's very true. That's a doing of our own being. If we limited the majors, what we need to do, honestly, you guys are too much, man. You guys are too much. So I got 3 gummies to start the Friday show with. So it's like, let me get back to the one point here. Hold on. Yeah, the real world stuff. Like what they need to do in the long run with these majors is charge more for the more popular ones. Like if you want to go major in psychology, that's fine, but you're paying extra. You're not going to do it. The ones that cost less, engineering, are the ones that are in higher demand, charge less for those degrees. Why should, somebody studying philosophy or studying art pay the same amount for a degree as somebody who's studying mechanical engineering? Especially when there's no jobs out there and half that shit. If you're doing it as a passion, that's fine. We should not subsidize people's passions. You have to be realistic in this world. If you want to do those things, that's fine. You got to sacrifice, not at the behest of the taxpayers. Robert says, I didn't go to college. I didn't graduate high school. I've been kicking myself in my butt. Well, I mean, just YouTube success, bro. Just stick at it. You never know, man. You never know. It was $20. Nice. Yeah, $20 in the 80s was freaking amazing. I couldn't have done that. JB says, I agree, Captain. Yeah, that's the thing too, is that if there needs to be some kind of degree kickback thing, like these people get these degrees and they never do work in the field that they were in. I mean, how is there no accountability for that? And these colleges still allowed to operate like that? I mean, half them degrees that people get history, English, philosophy. I mean, if you're going to be a history teacher, fine. What else you gonna do with the history degree besides be a history teacher? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love history. I love learning about history. I love reading shit. But it should be a degree that people pay tens of thousands of dollars for, hundreds of thousands of dollars in some cases, for information that's available for free on the internet. I don't agree too much. Yeah, don't show Robert's butt. Well, if you want to see Robert's butt, message him. Go to college to learn Klingon. Dork suck. Eek. Oh, geez. I got 4 gummies to start the show with on Friday. You guys are killing me. I'm actually go live. I don't know. I got these donuts, these Java cake donuts I might do later. I don't know when that's going to be. I was on the 15-year plan from first college degree. Now we'll have 4. Nice. Okay. Yeah, my GI Bill was pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie. So back in, I started college. I didn't start college until I was older. It was and I'm in the service, so there was a lot of random things that happened to me throughout my college career and everything. So when I first started, I got in the service in '95. That's when I graduated in the reserves, the guard, whatever. And then back then they had 90% or 60% tuition assistance in a state school, and they had different programs here. They're like they had tuition assistant, or they had student loan repayment. Some of the times they had, and like, so it's weird the way I did it because so like. I went to this refrigeration school. It was an HVAC school, and it was a year program. They paid like 60% of that. So that was like a little bit of my student loans. That's back in 97. That school was like $8,000. $8,000 in 97 is a lot of money. So I was like 3,500 loans right there. And then when I started Tri-C, the community college in the year 2000, they went up to 100%. So they did. But I ran out of, I mean, there's only so many credit hours they pay, and they had to pay a little bit back here or there. So I had to take out loans for like my last thing. So I had about $15,000 in student loans when I graduated, but I had the bachelor's, and the guard was paying, they were repaying 15% every year. And I had like a bunch of extra money for the kicker. So they paid for a lot of it, and it was good. But like, would that degree have helped me if I didn't, if I had $80,000 of student loan debt hanging on my head? Would that be good for me right now? Probably not. Like, the thing about student loan debt is that, like we said before, you cannot just discharge in regular bankruptcy. There's a couple ways to get rid of student loan debt that are legit in this country. One is if you become permanently totally disabled, like if you're on disability, SSI type shit. So like, say you can't work or whatever, and you're collecting Social Security. In that instance, they will discharge your loan, which is a nice benefit for those who do it. And a lot of vets, it helped a lot of vets. I know a lot of vets who did that. Like either their back became too bad or PTSD got active too much. They just couldn't do it anymore. They just discharged them. Also, there's a way of, if you work for 10 years for a public sector, you can get your student loans paid back. They'll discharge them there. So it just all depends. But the thing about it is that it's so expensive. We don't need to be making 18-year-olds, make this decision. Think about that for a second. These guys can't even smoke cigarettes. Can't even drink a beer. So you're telling me somebody who doesn't have the cognitive capacity to drink a beer, doesn't have a cognitive ability to smoke a standard cigarette. People in Thailand are smoking cigarettes at 5. You're telling me that these people have the mental capacity, sometimes they're 17 years old, to make a decision that's going to affect the rest of their lives and well-being in terms of financials? No way, dude. No way. We need to not put that kind of onus on those 18-year-olds. If you're out there and you got a 17, 18-year-old, all right, and they're trying to pull your heartstrings. Oh, I need to study whales down in Florida. No, don't capitulate. If they're living, eating, and breathing that shit, let them do it. If you got a 13-year-old kid and they've been studying whales and dolphins every year, and they're going to symposiums, they're interacting with whale and dolphin YouTubers, and they're all about marine life, and they've been on rescue expeditions, okay, then maybe I can entertain it. But if it's just something to get out of the house, you can pay $58,000 in student loans to go to fucking St. Pete University, study whales, just to get out of the fucking house. How stupid does that sound? Don't capitulate to that shit if they're not all in on it. Let's catch up on some of the comments here. JB says, I think we need Robert and Joe to Ivy League school. Robert goes to college. I fuck with it. One Uncle Sugar Shack will pay my tuition. The rest of it's books and gravy. That's true, man. If you're out there, man, I mean, and the service ain't for everybody, but man, it really does help with tuition and shit. It was a godsend. Like, I probably would never done anything if I had all that. God knows what kind of student loans I still have. And Angie says, way too immature immediately after graduating high school in 86. I had no idea what I was doing for a career. But that's the thing too, is societal pressure. They tell you, if you don't go to college, man, you're not a success. And you got all these friends like, I'm going to Dartmouth, fucking Vanderbilt. I got College of the Ozarks. I'm going to Bates College up in Maine. Or whatever, Colby, whatever the fuck one up is in Maine. And now it just, nobody knows. Besides the top 3-4 schools, nobody knows those schools besides academia. Ask anybody out in the street, hey, man, what do you think of Stanford's academic programs? They're like, I don't know. They got a good football team. Toby Gerhart was a great running back. I don't know about Stanford's academics. Stanford's like 4th in the nation in academics. It's one of the best schools in the entire world. But nobody in America knows that. Don't waste your time with that bullshit. chasing that dream of fucking paying more money. If you got a scholarship, that's the only way you should really be doing half this shit. Half that information you get on your own. And if you're out there thinking, oh, edibles, that's bullshit mindset. Well, you weren't motivated to begin with to get a scholarship. How the fuck are you going to be motivated enough to go to college and pay off all the student loans? You're not. Don't waste your time. Wait till you're older. Wait till you're older. Last 24 years paying on his own. Yeah, Robert would need a couple tutors. Probably have to shave. Yeah, dude, the Watson thing. I don't know. Are they going to finish it this lifetime? They really? I don't know. CB, what's up, brother? How's life, man? How's the weather down there? It's supposed to be like 90 today. I know it's not as hot as the UK, which is a weird time, man. Who would have thought in July the UK would be hotter than fucking Cleveland? I wouldn't think about going to college now. Nowadays to pay out the ass. Yeah, it's that's another thing too, is the indoc. Like back in the day, college was a place where you go to change the world. You could have divergent viewpoints. You could learn about other cultures, learn about other styles, other political mindsets, et cetera, et cetera. And now it's just a fucking, I don't even know. I really don't. I mean, college is typically a microcosm of the country itself. But man, a lot of these people just live in a different world. They really do. I mean, you've seen it. Go out there and TikTok. Go out there and check it out. See how some of these people think. I'm not even going to get into it. Just go out there and see how they think. Different fucking world for some of these guys, man. Yeah, dude, when I was in college, I wanted to fucking drink, bro. I wanted to partay. Nobody wanted to. And I think I wanted to party too hard because I didn't go until I was older. Like when I went down to Kent State, I was like 25, dude. I was old. That's 7 years older than a normal student. I mean, at that level, I was probably a sophomore, junior, so probably like 5 years older than a typical student. That's a lot. That's a 5 more years of life experience back then. So I was drinking a lot because I watch all those college movies, Animal House, and shit like that. You get all pumped up and think, and maybe 1 out of every 10 parties is like that. The rest is just like, eh. And even then, it's kind of ridiculous. The fun times were Halloween. Halloween was fun. There were some parties here or there, but I mean, if you're going into it thinking it's going to be a party, it's going to be, I don't know. It just depends. It's not how it was. It's really not. B-Wiz is in the house. What up, buddy? What up, buddy? Robert says, I just need to get a GED or diploma. It's good. Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know anymore. That's another thing, too. There's all kinds of places hiring right now. I mean, I see fucking 15 places hiring within walking distance, and none of them require a degree. I know that these jobs ain't paying shit. But I mean, that's another thing, too, about college. It's not the thing it was. It's not the ticket. You got a college degree? Whoopity fuck. It's 40 other people got college degrees, You can buy a college degree now, kind of. University of Phoenix. Hello. Shit's bullshit. CB says, in Finland, college is free to anyone who can get there. No. Oh, okay. So if you can get out to Finland, fins up. That's right. Yeah, this is a good one, honestly, Connie. That's what my kids are going to go to school on. Because in Ohio, if you're over a certain percentage, you can send them on the Ohio War Orphans grant, which is nice. So, like, my kids in the state of Ohio can go to school for free. And that's perfect. I mean, that's how you want to do it. You want to work them scholarships, do what you can for your kids. But, I mean, I see some people like, oh, we got to save for the kids' college. Why? I mean, there's scholarships available. There's things they could do. My dad didn't pay for one dime on my college. And I know the service helped with that. But, I mean, that's my planning right there. Like, I mean, I see some of these parents, they got $65,000 in plus loans. It's like, what'd you do, man? You got to hold a hard line. You can't let your kids fucking pull your heartstrings when it comes to financial decisions. It includes significant others, too. If there's a fucking stupid decision they're out there making, like, oh, I need to do this or else, bye. You're not making a decision. It's a lot of fucking money. You see people fucking, they'll uproot their lives, whole entire lives because of one dog. It's like, that dog can deal with a slightly smaller yard. You have to pay $60,000 extra for your house. Says my grandson is working, just turned 25, will graduate in December. Nice. This is Robert and Friends. You should definitely get your GED. Yeah, definitely do it, man. Study for it. That could be a series, bro. We can help you study for your GED. We're knowledgeable. All right, so I have 4 gummies on Friday. Remind me, guys. I got to do 4 gummies on Friday. Robert says he's been thinking about it. Junkyard says, let's see here. I did graduate from Volk High School in welding. Yeah. Well, the thing with trades is that I do like the trades for kids, but like, man, it's so easy to take advantage of. Because like and I wish they would take how they do student loans and give that to people so they can start a business kind of thing. Like, All right, they'll give you $80,000 to go to school, but they won't give you even $5,000 to start a business. Nothing. Imagine the difference you could be. Say you're 18. Here's $5,000. Go out and buy a couple lawnmowers. I can start my own landscaping business. Or hey, I can go buy a couple welds or a couple torches, and boom, bam. Hold the same standards as student loans. You can do it. You know why they don't do it? Because they don't want you to start your own business. They want you to be a worker ant. They want you to follow in the system so you can stay in debt, so you can stay trapped. Because if they got you in debt, you're fucking trapped. Let's be real. If you're in debt in America, they own you. They own you. Especially with the student loans. They own your soul. If you got a student loan, bro, they do. I mean, I can't recommend, if you don't have college paid for in this country to a significant amount to where the point where it's under $10,000 after you graduate in student loans, I cannot recommend you going to college at this point. I just can't. I mean, there's doctors, medicals, lawyers, they got $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in student loans. $500,000. Think about that. That's a lot of fucking money for an education. How much of that is going to student loans every month? It's a house payment. Think how big of a fucking house you can get for $500,000, bro. That's insane. Totally insane. Did you ever have safe spaces in the Army? Yeah, I don't see. I'm not. I've heard about that, but I haven't seen like. There was always the rumor back in the service. You know, we have these timeout cards. You know, they just got rid of them, and they're thinking about bringing them out. And if you hold up the card that says "timeout, sir, I can't take it anymore," they'll give you a break. Nobody ever saw these cards. There was no evidence. It was always just an urban legend. I want to say the safe spaces are like that. I don't know. I haven't stepped foot in a university in quite a while. I don't even know. Is it like that out there? Do they have like thought-free zones where they make up terms like POC, people of color, like they make up terms? Oh, it's a cool looking spider. I got a big ass spider in here. Holy fuck. Where the hell that guy come from? Jeez. Yeah, so do they really have spaces where people can go and I'm feeling threatened, I need a spice soldier? I mean, it's called life. You got to deal with life. Life has adversity, man. Life is going to come at you like a fucking ball of bricks. It will. It's not going to hit you in the face. Life doesn't give a fuck about you. Life will move on. Life is just Mother Nature and just a planet doing its thing. You're just one of 8 billion. You know, the realm, the Nexus doesn't care about you. You got to make your own way in this world. It's not going to do it for you, bro. It's not. College for me was about partying, hey, dude, I partied my ass off in college. I mean, I partied up until I was, there was a big break in there for a while, but I partied from when I was like 15 till 20 something, 25, and then 25 to 30, I took a break. No. 05 to 2010, how old was I then? So 28 to like 35, 33, I took a break, and then I drank party from like 33 to 38, something like that. Or 38 to 40, I don't know. But yeah, I've toned down, brother. Captain, you are not appalled. You're turned on a little bit. One half a day, junior, senior. Yeah, they have that up here. You can go to like your senior year, and then half the day you can go do a trade. That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, Robert's just going to buy a GED. You know what's funny, Robert, is that there was this old post on a message board I had because I used to know these guys who used to sell diplomas in Cleveland. Like they would just literally, they had the stamp and they had everything. They could just create a fake transcript to make you look like you went to school. And I would get messages probably, if I go back in that message board, I probably got like 6 messages. Hey man, do you still know guys who do that? Higher education is all a scam in a lot of aspects. You could really buy your way through a lot of that shit. Joseph says, I knew I shouldn't about it. No one's judging out here. We are not judging. This is a judgment-free zone. Back then, they had 18 years in high school. Yeah, they got, I don't know what it is now. I think for me it was 22, but I went to Catholic school, so we had to take religion. All right. Here we go. Wep is the guy out there in the front line, so he knows what's talking about. I have cadets who are graduating high school with 2-year college degree. Nice. See, that's a lot of good work. I mean, if you could take them AP course, those AP courses are fucking phenomenal if you get those and you're going to college. Common sense. I mean, it pays for free. In the military, we have this thing called CLEP. You can just CLEP your way out of it. You just take a test and you get credit for it. I mean, why wouldn't you do that? If you're doing that, you do it smart, you could significantly reduce the cost of that degree. But if you're not doing that to begin with, if you're not taking CLEPs, if you're not fucking taking AP courses in high school, are you going to be motivated in college? Nope. Is there a chance? Maybe. Like, put any 18-year-old, 19-year-old away from the house for the first time. What are you going to do? You're going to fucking drink. That's all you're going to do. They want to have fun. They don't want to fucking study algebra. You know what I mean? Shit. Yeah, interest rates are gonna. Oh man, I didn't think about that with the fucking interest rates going up. God, can you imagine like a 5% interest rate, 10% interest rate for college? Man, things are gonna get even worse then. This is right here. This encapsulates it all. It's all great in college. In the 60s and 70s, it's $500 a semester in University of Texas. University of West Virginia Med School, $500. Yeah, tens of thousands. It might even be hundreds of thousands for that, CB. It might be more than that. If you look at those inflation charts, the inflation charts for college, 400%, something like that. And they got to pay all these salaries, all these fucking loads and loads of professors, and etc. Captain, you have no double standards at all, sir. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you have to have a good outlook on life. You have to make the best, things you can in life. You got to do your best at what you want to do. I mean, happiness is relative. I mean, I know people are like, oh, money doesn't buy happiness. Yeah, it kind of does. I mean, show me one happy poor person. Go ahead, tag them. Right now. I dare you. Dare you. Tag one happy poor person who's willing to be like, oh, yeah, I make about $5,000 a year, occasionally living out of shelters and houses, but I'm happy as fuck. It doesn't exist. This is a fucking capitalist society. Money makes everything happy. You got to make do by yourself. Got to set your kids up for goodness. Got to deal with diversity. You just got to rock it, man. Dancing alone. What up? What up? How you doing? Yeah, we're all at work, kind of. Yeah, dude, it was like that with me, man. For me, it was great, CB, because like I went to college, and like I said, I went to Iraq after that, about 5 years after I graduated, and that's when I became eligible for all that post 9/11 stuff. And man, when I started this job that I'm at now at the VA, there was a fucking OJT thing they had to where I was just getting money just for the first like 18 months of working. It was amazing. That new GI Bill is phenomenal. If you're in the service and you've been in since the past 15 years, my goodness, that's a great thing. Like, I know some people in the community are just now retiring. Can you imagine that? You could use that GI Bill, you can use to start a lot of shit now. You could use it for farm training. You could use it for acting training, anything you want. It's beautiful. It's freaking beautiful. That's true. Money allows the freedom to do things to make you happy. And you're going to reach a point of happiness once you got money. I mean, there's only it depends on how you grow up with the value of a dollar, value of a pound, etc. You're going to not waste it. I mean, could I go out and buy a new computer every day for the next fucking month? Probably. Would I do it? No, because it's fucking stupid. It'd be a waste of money. You know what I mean? It's what once you reach a certain point, there's not anything else to buy. You just want to make sure your life is good in that world and make sure you left the earth better place than when you got here, and so you got to have at least a baseline amount of money, though. Yeah, that transfer is awesome, dude. That's great. You can send it to your kids too. I mean, shit. So somebody like Groovy could, I don't want to say names and shit, but somebody of that ilk who's recently retiring out of the service, they can just transfer all their benefits to their kid. Kid goes to school for free. Boom. That's how it was. I know this one girl, man. So she married this guy in the army, and she used all his GI Bill, and then they got divorced. That's a fuck. That is fucked. So if you're out there and you're in the service and you transfer a GI Bill to your spouse, make sure that you got that on lock, because that would suck. That'd really suck. Yeah, the service was good, man. It was fun. It was a good party time. We got drunk. We got so drunk. It encourages it, but I mean, that's what it is. I mean, it got towards the end, it got a little bit rough to deal with because in the social media era, the military is very reactionary. Like they don't do anything until something happens. So like, man, the way they deal with, internal shit with sexual assaults and stuff is just such a fuck. It's, I don't like any of it. Yeah, candy money. If you're not, I was gonna eat some Jaffa cakes and I totally forgot. So cheers on the Jaffa cakes, bro. You know how it is with me, man. I get so into the stream, I fucking forget to eat. This is my breakfast, actually. No, lunch, whatever time it is. I think it's lunchtime. Yeah, this is what I was popping here. Good Jaffa cakes. Cheers, everyone. So true, Wep. So those who don't know what Wep's talking about, a dependopotamus, something in the military is called a dependent. Dependopotamus is a joke for somebody who's a dependent and they let themselves go that they're so huge. We'll call them dependopotamuses. They just live off government money. It's welfare by a different name. Hell yeah. And beer money. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, a final word on the student loans. I know a lot of these young people are all about the student loan forgiveness, and I gotta tell you, man, you gotta put your direction towards making them easily or dischargeable or whatever. Because try telling somebody out there who hasn't had a house in fucking 20 years that, oh yeah, I want my student loans reset. They're gonna laugh at your face. I mean, there's priorities we need in the government. There really is. Ending the addiction crisis, ending the housing crisis, take way more precedent over student loans. You just gotta, you gotta do what you gotta do to pay them off. If you gotta fake a disability, do it. Gotta go work for the government for 10 years, do it. You gotta pay them things off if you got them. Bottom line. All right, guys, thanks for coming out today. Tomorrow's day is the last show. Tomorrow's topic, we're gonna talk about haters and how they suck. Appreciate you guys for coming out. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Later. Bye.